Welcome to Cadeau and Janko Wednesdays at Lunch Burger Edition. This week, Matthew and I went to Beauty's on Mount Royal. Nice little diner. It's been there since 1942. Matthew, have you ever been to Beauty's? What do you think of Beauty's? Have you ever even heard of Beauty's before today?
I have not, no. There's a lot of stuff going on around Mount Royal.
Yeah.
I go there and I'm like a kid in a candy shop. There's just so many places I want to go into.
Yeah, so we're walking down Mount Royal. What did you see that piqued your attention?
It's basically like garage sales happening within storefront windows.
Okay.
Just tons of nonsense. Buddhas and rotary telephones.
Yeah, that seemed like a weird pairing. They were alternating in one store window, rotary telephone Buddha, all different colors.
It's a madhouse, that area.
Yeah.
So when we went to, what was it, like a 50s diner?
Oh, 40s
deal.
diner,
40s, eh? 1942. Now, was that the address, or was it Beauty's since
93 Mount Royal West is the address.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1942 is when they were established?
That's right.
Just before the end of the Second World War?
That's right.
So riding on Hitler's coattails.
Oh boy. Pretty sure it's a Jewish deli. There were illustrations on our placemats of two individuals that I can only presume are the father and son owner-operators of this place.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of them are dead or if these are old illustrations or what's going on there. But I like the little illustrations on the placemat, along with illustrations of bagels and sandwiches, that sort of thing.
Yeah, quite a grimace on the elder man drawing of it.
Well, you get to a certain age, you run a diner for so long, you'd be grimacing too.
I kept looking at the people behind the counter, the people behind the scenes, to see if I can match the caricature with any of their
none of them
faces. No, but there's one dude in the back. I could kind of see him through different jars and different ladles and whatnot.
Sure.
Just a little bit of him, and he was wringing out a mop.
Okay.
Constantly wringing out a mop and just staring out at the people in the restaurant.
Wait, for the 45 minutes or hour that we were there, he was just wringing a mop the whole time?
Every time I looked up, he was just there, like, sneering at everyone.
Do you think it was like, I'll murder you all one day, but for now, the mop isn't dry?
There's mopping to do.
So, Matthew, what were some of the stores that caught your attention on our way there?
I didn't really take note of any of them. Any of the names.
Like Paul's Boutique.
Yeah, it was called Paul Boutique. Did the S fall off?
Oh, I believe the S fell off. I want to say that place used to be called Paul's Boutique. I didn't realize that there wasn't an S anymore.
I always heard it as Paul's Boutique, and I thought this was just a knockoff. It was just Paul Boutique.
Now, I'm not sure, because Paul's Boutique is obviously... it's the name of a Beastie Boys album. A really, really important big Beastie Boys album. Important because of the way they use samples. And in it, one of the samples is from an ad for Paul's Boutique. But I believe that's a New York clothing store. And I don't know if this place happens to be named Paul's Boutique or it was named after the Beastie Boys album.
We'll never know.
I'm sure we could find out.
Yeah, but...
Lots of vintage clothing stores. There's one that I went to a few years and years ago now, that I went to, and I kind of wanted to get a bunch of cowboy shirts. I wanted to get shirts with like cactuses on the shoulders and stuff, maybe like wild roses on the shoulders, like real cowboy shirts. And I went in and I tried a bunch of clothes and sort of picked out maybe 3 or 4 shirts and went to the cash, and they were charging like $80-$90 a shirt. I was like, oh boy, okay, well let's maybe do 3. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go take out money. You guys don't take debit? I'm gonna take out money next door and I'll be right back. And I never went back.
The shirts are still waiting.
The shirts are still waiting on the cash, and they're like, I swear he'll come back.
Someone's ready to foreclose on it, and he's like, no, he's coming. He said he's coming. He's gonna save our business.
Yeah.
Only you would get together that many shirts and not even look at the price tag.
There was no price tag. They're vintage. So he just kind of called it when I brought it to the cash. I'm like, these are used shirts, right? They can't be that expensive. I don't expect to spend more than $40-$50 on a used shirt.
Yeah.
And they were charging like $70 to $90 a shirt when I got to the cash. And so it was like, at first I'm like, well, let me take one out. And honestly, if they took debit, I would have bought all 3 shirts. But since they didn't, I was like, thank God I've got my out.
You had time to reflect on. Oh no, you didn't want to buy them as soon as you said the price, but you felt obliged to. At
Exactly.
Yeah.
But since they didn't take debit, I was like, fine, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I've done that move many times where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be right back. And I never come back. And the days I do come back, when I actually do come back to a place, I feel like I've done them
a service,
quite a service.
Yeah, I've done that same sort of thing with a pair of shoes where I went and tried on a pair of shoes and was like, I'm just going to walk around the mall. I don't feel like carrying this bag, but I'll be back, probably within an hour to buy this pair of shoes. And then I went to other stores and then found the same shoes at another store at the same price, but it was closer to where I needed to go next. So it's like, well, I'll just pick them up here. I don't even need to try them on. I already tried them on at the other place.
Yeah. There you go. Or you just buy them online.
Whatever. They were already on sale. It was a good price.
Yeah. There was another store that had, I don't know what it was about, but there were rhino heads. And,
I didn't notice that. But
rhinos with wings.
Whoa.
Around. Don't know what that was all about. But these are just some of the mysteries that are out there. I'd like to go back in the summer when I have a day and just wander into all these crazy places.
Let's do that. We'll go. I mean, there's other places we can go get a burger there. So in the summer, we'll go wander and we'll do some window shopping.
Okay.
We'll wear some zany shirts and go window shopping.
Okay.
Just so they don't know what to think of us.
Now I gotta do some shopping to get zany shirts.
Well, you've got a taco shirt in your closet right now, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I've
it's
seen
kind
that
of
taco
restricted
shirt.
to taco eating and taco related activities. But
I mean, we could go window shopping on a Tuesday, and then a taco shirt is appropriate any Tuesday.
Sure, and Thursdays. Some would say
Taco Thursday? No, I don't think so.
Could be
maybe Tuna Thursday.
Tuna? Gross.
Thistle Thursday? What's the TH food?
Thick something.
Thick cut roast beef Tuesday.
There you go.
Anyway, doesn't matter what's going on Tuesday or Thursday. Today's Wednesday. Today, we went to Beauty's. Matthew, we looked at the menu. Honestly, I checked the menu beforehand to make sure that they had a burger. And when we sat down, I opened the menu and was like, oh no. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
And there were it said the Burger Club. And I figured this is the section of the menu that's the Burger Club. There's going to be a bunch of burgers in it. But there is no Burger Club sandwich. There are 2 burgers and several club sandwiches. There's a traditional burger with cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomatoes, and a pickle. Or a spicy turkey burger with also pickles, lettuce, and tomato. I seriously thought about getting that turkey burger, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be a piece of turkey or ground turkey. The only thing that was really drawing me over to that side was the spiciness of the turkey. It seemed interesting to me. I guess I could have asked for some hot sauce for my burger, though, couldn't I? Didn't do that. Didn't think of it.
You could have, but you did. You weren't in that mindset.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to be able to get a burger.
I suppose, yeah. And these burgers are served with your choice of coleslaw or home fries. Matthew, when I heard home fries, I was thinking one thing, like those little cubes of potato with like maybe spices or whatever. But this wasn't that type of home fry. How would you describe this home fry?
Well, I prefer the little cubes, and that's what I think of when I hear home fry. This was like home fries that have been kind of mashed up and just poorly executed.
And fried up. I think of
fried,
it as like not a hash brown, but hashed brown.
Okay.
I don't know if that's in anything.
It was a mess. It was mainly just all the skins of home fries and squished out and then
fried up a little bit. I mean, that honestly looked really tasty to me.
Yeah.
And it made me regret my choice of coleslaw. Maybe we should have communicated a little better and traded our orders.
I guess so. Because I don't love coleslaw, but I would have tried some, I think.
Yeah, okay. So you wouldn't have liked your side either way, really.
No,
That's what you're trying to tell me.
But if one of us could have enjoyed one of them, then maybe that's worth it.
I suppose. So Matthew, we sat down in Beauty's, or we walked in. It was pretty full for a weekday afternoon. And I know for like a weekend, for like a Saturday, Sunday brunch, don't even try. That place is packed with a lineup. But since we do our show as a Wednesday afternoon show, it was a little easier for us. Mm-hmm. We went in. We were able to immediately get a table. There were maybe 2 tables of 2 in the back of the restaurant. We sat down at a really cramped table for 2 before one of the cooks said, "Hey, switch over that table. It's got a lot more space."
It's for hefty people.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, great idea. I didn't even notice that. And then we switched over. It was a more spacious, luxurious, and comfortable seat.
Yeah.
I don't know about your side of the booth, but my side was more comfortable.
My side felt a little slanted, but I really enjoyed the extra space.
Slanted which way? Slanted back, slanted forward, left, right?
Slanted to the left.
Really? Like you were going to slide out of your booth?
I wasn't that worried about it, but
No.
I felt like I couldn't count marbles on the table or anything.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I was really happy we moved, though, because that other seat was super cramped.
Yeah, and it
reminded
was a
me of
little more.
Lowe's.
Yeah, okay, and it was a little more in the high traffic area
Yeah.
of the restaurant.
Yeah.
There'd be waitresses storming past us all.
Might have gotten syrup spilt on me at some point. Would have been a bad day. So I'm glad.
And right alongside us, I felt like this is something you would appreciate, was a cork board or something covered in photos of famous people who had eaten at Beauty's and signed little headshots. What were some of your favorite headshots there?
Well, some of these weren't even fake famous. Some of these weren't just like Montreal famous. Some of these were Rob Lowe famous.
Yeah.
And Jean-Claude.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Rob Lowe, a little guy named Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah. Little mustache on that man.
Yeah, it was a good mustache he
Yeah.
had going there. But there were also a couple of Montreal famous people.
There
There was a picture of Jay Baruchel with the weird quote on it.
Yeah.
It said, "Beauties is wicked." What was it?
I think it was.
I enjoyed the food there.
I enjoyed the food there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, it's wicked. I enjoyed the food.
The food, the
It's so vague.
The pleasure I received there was adequate.
Yeah, like, it's so weird. It's such a weird thing
Yeah.
to sign on to a...
Yeah. How do they get these?
It sounds
headshots?
passive-aggressive.
Are they like seeing a guest, like one of these people come in, then running to a print shop and Googling and printing out a something? Or
Well, they might have a printer in-house, right?
maybe just for such an occasion.
Yeah.
Good quality.
But, like, some of those were, like, real headshots printed on glossy paper.
Some of them were magazines with.
Do you
them
think
on the
some of these
cover.
celebrities just, like, keep some in their coat pocket just in case?
I think the desperate ones do. I don't
Like
think
Jean-Claude's just got a bunch of, like...
old magazine articles. that he's
from like a Karate Monthly, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, you recognize me? Well, I happen to have this pre-signed magazine cover. Let me just make it out to, where am I? Beauties? Here you go.
It'll be a complimentary meal, though, correct? And I can order anything I want.
Dessert too. Coffee's included. Good.
Yeah.
Good. I love the idea of the celebrity who's like desperate for a free lunch.
Yeah, and you have Rob Lowe sitting right beside him, being like, "Look at this chump," and he's just tipping the waitress, and he doesn't carry pictures around. People have pictures of him on the ready.
Wow. You're thinking about Rob Lowe the way I think about Jean-Claude Van Damme.
There you go.
Interesting.
I'm sure they'd each be happy to hear that.
And the way no one thinks of Jay Baruchel. Sorry, Jay.
Jay, we have a troubled past.
How so? What's your... Oh, because the one time you met him. I always forget about the one time you met him because I've met him like several times since.
Yeah. You didn't get to meet him that day because you lost a bet, or you lost like a
rock, paper, scissors or something.
situation.
Yeah, so you had won two free
Tito.
tickets to...
Tito had won tickets.
Oh,
to
Tito won the tickets.
Finding Neverland.
Oh, okay.
But he only had 2 tickets. But for some reason, he brought
Was it Finding Neverland? I thought it was like
Sorry, no,
Pan,
not Finding Neverland
or whatever.
It wasn't Pan either. It was like a
live-action Peter Pan.
Yeah, but from like around the same time as like the Amazing Panda Adventure or something.
Like a 2002 live-action Peter Pan remake.
Yeah. But for some reason, he brought all 3 of us, or the 2 of us.
Yeah.
And then we're like, I only have 2 tickets, guys. So we had to do rock, paper, scissors. And you had to end up going to see
I remember.
the only other movie that was convenient for you at that time was Snow Dogs.
That's
or
right.
Sled
Snow
Dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of excited for because the advertising for that movie made it seem like Cuba Gooding Jr.